Hi guys, Assalamualaikum. My name is Sharon Hussein and today's video is slightly different from what I usually do. It is going to be a comparison between the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Conceal and Contour Liquid Concealer. It's a very long name, and these retail at £4. There's 18 shades, and then I'm going to compare it to my Maybelline Instant Anti-Age The Eye Eraser Perfect and Cover Concealer. And basically I wanted to compare the two because I usually use this one sometimes as a foundation as well, and I feel like this could potentially be a nice foundation as well. So I've got two shades here. I've got C10 and C11, and then I've got the light and the nude version in the Maybelline one. The prices are slightly different as well. As I said already, these ones are £4. The Maybelline ones are around £8, so depending on where you get it from, it varies. But I'll just show you the shades that I've got. Okay, so the top one here, this is the light Maybelline one, and then that's the nude Maybelline one. The bottom one here is C10 from Makeup Revolution, and then that one is C11. I picked mine up from Superdrugs. There were some swatches. I didn't get to see a swatch of C10, but I thought I was in between these two shades. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to use a Raw Techniques complexion sponge for both sides. I've got two different sponges, so I'm going to see how it goes. I'm going to start off with the packaging. Very cute, and then the applicator is very interesting as well. I kind of like it, but I kind of not sure how I feel about it because it's quite fat, but as a foundation it would work really nicely just to put onto your skin. And then, as you know, with the Maybelline one, it's got the little applicator at the top, which can get really dirty, but it is what it is. It's really nice. In terms of the shade, you can tell that I use the weirdest shades ever, but I make it work because I use powder and bronzer on top of it. So ideally these aren't actually my shades for concealing. I get away with the nude one, but then when I use the light one, it's, I think, a little bit too light, but it still works for me, so it's okay. So I'm going to get started with the Maybelline side because that's the side I'm so used to doing. This side is going to be Maybelline, and I'm just going to pop it on as I would any normal. This is definitely going to be too light a shade to the one from the Makeup Revolution side, but it will work, I hope so. And yeah, I use this pretty much all the time just because it's easy and it works, and I know it's going to last me all day. So I'm going to add a little bit more at the top. Let's get my big forehead out so I can do the top of it. And then I'm just going to pat that in as well. Yeah, I love this product. It's one of my favourite concealers that I like using for both concealing and foundation. And that's pretty much all I do to this side. Like, this is like my everyday. I'm not trying to look like I'm wearing too much makeup, but I still want to look a bit somewhat decent. I'm going to do the concealing afterwards, so I'm going to do the other side now. And I'm going to use the shade C11, and I feel like this might be close to being my skin complexion shade, I hope. I would say that's pretty darn close. Oh wait, maybe it's a little bit darker than what I would go for, but... Or maybe C10 is probably my shade then, but I'm going to just continue with this. I'm not sure how I feel about it. When it was first on my skin and I was blending out, I was like, oh my gosh, that doesn't look right. But now that it's properly blended, I'm like, oh, actually, I don't know. I think this shade is a bit too dark for me, as you can see the difference between the colours. I'm going to add a bit of the C10 and see if that's going to help it a little bit, because it's looking orangey. Like, it could... Like, I could potentially wear this, but I'm just going to try and make it a little bit lighter. Okay, let's try that. they look pretty similar. I think they've got the same sort of coverage going on, and I could definitely see myself wearing this on like a day-to-day basis as well. I'm going to do the concealer now and actually see how it looks all together. So the Makeup Revolution side is going to happen first. Usually when I conceal, I'll do underneath the eyes as expected. The applicator is quite nice for this part. I usually do my nose as well and a little bit on my forehead. So I'm just going to leave the nose part now because I'm using two different concealers. But let's see. That has blended. Okay. Yeah, it's not, no, it's fine, yeah, looks okay. It's just I'm used to like using a brush first and then putting on, then patting it in with a sponge. See how light that is, but somehow it just works. So let's see. I think what I could potentially do is go a shade lighter with the Makeup Revolution side. I think it's fine, but compared to both the colours, like I could definitely do with a shade lighter, but I don't mind. I don't think it's gonna make that much of a difference. It's just gonna really brighten underneath the eyes, but I'm really using it to cover up my dark circles. So that's both sides done. I'm just gonna choose one powder that I'm gonna use for both sides. And I'm going to make sure it's not either the Maybelline one or a Makeup Revolution one. So which one do I like? I'll use the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. It's one of my favourite powders. So I'm going to use this one to powder both sides. Yeah, I'm just going to use a sponge for this as well. Yeah, they look really, really similar to me. So I'm going to finish off the rest of my makeup and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I finished off my makeup and the verdict is it was pretty easy to do both sides. I have to say that it was a lot easier to do the bronzer and blusher on this side, whereas on this side it's not as strong or pigmented, which I don't mind, but obviously I want them to look quite equal and it just wasn't happening. However, the highlighter on this side isn't as strong as the one on this side. I did use a Makeup Revolution liquid highlighter on top of a sleek highlighter, so I'm guessing the Makeup Revolution side works better with the Makeup Revolution highlighter because it just looks so flawless, whereas this side I blended it out the same way and it just didn't do as much, but that's fine. Yeah, everything looks pretty much the same to me. Obviously, aside from a slight difference in colour, one side is a bit darker, this side is the darker side, this side is the lighter side. But I have to say, I'm actually quite impressed with both sides anyway. I feel like I need to experiment a little bit more with the Makeup Revolution side. Obviously the concealers are new to me. This is just a first impression. So as much as I like them now, I might not like them later. But I will keep you guys updated. And obviously if you see it in other makeup tutorials, that means that I'm clearly loving it and really enjoying it. But for now, I think it is actually really nice. I do like the way it looks. It's kind of done exactly what the Maybelline side is doing. And yeah, I like the fact that it's £4 as well. And it's available at Superdrug. So it's really easy to get, and they've got 18 shades, which is crazy for a drugstore brand to do. 18 concealers, mad. I know Makeup Revolution had other concealers before and they still do, I guess, but it wasn't as big of a deal as this one is, I guess because they've reformulated it and it's actually in it's got a doe foot applicator and it's not like a stick concealer. But yeah, I'm really impressed. I'm liking the way both sides are looking. Obviously the highlighter on this side is stronger than this side, but that's because I was using a Makeup Revolution product on the Makeup Revolution side, so I guess it just makes sense that they both work together. Yeah, I'm really impressed with it. I don't know which side I like better though. It's hard to say, like, honestly, because they both look equally the same to me in terms of foundation and concealer, but they're both looking close up. There's nothing that's standing out to me as a problem at all at the moment. Both sides underneath the eyes are fine as well. It's not patching up anywhere. Yeah, I'm impressed. I'm happy. So follow me on my Instagram if you want to check out more about this product and if my thoughts and feelings have changed at all. Obviously I'm going to wear it throughout the day and see how it is. Obviously I'm going to test it out several other ways, obviously as just a concealer with a different foundation, and I'm going to do like a full face using it as well. So we're going to see how it goes. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you're new. I would really appreciate it, and I would love for you to tell me in the comment section what you would like to see from me. Also, if you're wondering what's on my face, I've done a video on it. I am talking about a Colourpop eyeshadow palette. So if you're interested in that, then I'm going to leave it listed down below so you can check it out. Or if you just like the way it looks, then you can, you know, check it out as well. But yeah, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Assalamualaikum.